Welcome to the Alchemy Experience podcast, where transformation isn't just talked about, it's lived. I'm Erin, and around here, we're turning breakdowns into breakthroughs, pain into power, and survival into serious thriving. Whether I'm flying solo or vibing with a badass guest, we dive into all the things on health, creating beautiful relationships, and building wealth. We're keeping it real, raw, and ridiculously empowering. It gets a little juicy, a little bit wild, and super inspiring. This isn't just another podcast, it's your permission slip to evolve loud, proud, and on purpose. Let's go light the world on fire. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the Alchemy Experience podcast. And y'all, it's 2026. We are kicking off our first episode of season 5 of the Alchemy Experience. And year 2026. My gosh. So this quick pit stop episode of just yours truly, for those of you that are new here, how it works here on the Alchemy Experience, there are episodes where I have the most remarkable humans that I bring on the show to share their stories, share the most amazing things they're doing in the world so that you can tap into what they're doing and get a little slice of heaven in way that I get with them. And then there's episodes where I am bringing on my girl Desiree, and we are talking about legacy and leadership and what we do to support other women that are growing businesses and leading in this world. And lastly, there are episodes like this, a quick pit stop where I come on, I have a conversation with you, with myself about all the things that are happening in the world, in my world, just things that I have learned, thought about, sat with, are interested in, and thought I would share here for y'all. So we're going to kick off this season and this new year with 3 tips for a healthier you. So the next few months, I'm really going to dive in and crack the code, the survival code of how to stay healthy. So something that I have really moved through over the past few years that as a foundational principle of what I teach, what I live by, and the really foundation of my business is the 3 survival codes that keep us stuck, that keep us from moving forward in our life and being who we want to be, and then subsequently doing the things that we really want to do that matter to us. So, the first survival code is our health. If we are not healthy physically, mentally, nothing else matters. We can't put energy into relationships. We can't build wealth if we can't even get out of bed. So that is the first survival code that I really want to talk about in these next few months that I'm going to be focusing on. Secondary to that, we're going to be working through relationships and how to crack the code on surviving in relationships, how to actually take tools to put energy into the current relationships you have, while at the same time being able to create new relationships. I call this rooted expansion. So basically, we want to maintain being rooted in who we are and all the things that ground us, including people, including the people that are our closest network, right? Our spouses, our significant others, our immediate family, our kids, people in our world that are really keeping us grounded in who we are. And at the same time, we have desires and dreams and goals. So in order to work towards those, we want to be able to meet new people that can help us grow and expand. So we want to have both roots and expansion. So the second part of the year, the second few months of the year, we're going to really dive into relationships. And then that last third of the year, we're going to talk about wealth. We're going to talk about how to get out of debt. We're going to talk about how to build wealth, how to invest. So let's dive in today with how we're going to take care of ourselves differently this year. Some of it might be the same. Like, what are you taking with you from last year that worked well for you? And what do we need to let go of or start to integrate differently? So, I'm going to give you three tips. These aren't just me pulling them out of my behind and out of thin air. These are things that I have really sat with and talked to so many other people about. And they're not your average tips. They're not like take a bubble bath or brush your teeth. Yes, bathing and mouth hygiene is important, but these tips are a little bit different than maybe you thought. So, the first tip here is to protect your nervous system first. Because if we are unregulated, if we are dysregulated, we can't help anybody else. As a mom, I have learned this that when my nervous system is failing me, when I am dysregulated, when I am angry, when I am not able to remain calm, my kids will follow suit. They will also start to yell or cry or completely shut down. So it is not only imperative to our own health and our own ability to make really great choices, but also the people around us. So before we start chasing our goals in this new year, which a lot of you have probably already set some goals in motion, but before, these first 3 weeks are what really make or break people in the new year. Before we go full throttle, you know, pedal to the metal kind of thing, we want to check in with ourselves. Take a moment to really notice if you're anxious, if you're tired, if you're stretched too thin. Start this year with really small daily practices. Like, we don't need to get up every day and go full throttle. We can do really tiny things like a 5-minute breathing session, a 2-minute stretch session in the morning, or even just a quiet 5 minutes of a cup of coffee in the morning while looking out your window into your backyard. Simple. Simple doesn't always equal easy. That is what I tell people all the time. The most simple things we can do are not easy. When you are dysregulated, even breathing is hard, but it's the most simple practice we do as humans. And boundaries are the ultimate hack here. Saying no to things is the fastest way to start building strength. No, I'm not the person that does this anymore. No, I do not do those things. No, thank you. I'm not going to be able to attend that. No, I'm not going to engage with people who are going to treat me like this. So check in with yourself. Protect your nervous system. That's going to be number one. The second thing that we can really do to elevate our health this year is to break this complete cycle of new year, new me. It's complete and utter bullshit, you guys. Nothing happened overnight. Nothing changed. The clock didn't hit midnight and all of a sudden, like, the world just, lightning struck and everything has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. Nothing. We're still the same person until we choose to be different. So you don't need to change overnight. Reinvention doesn't happen overnight. Reinvention happens with really small integrated steps that are aligned in who you're becoming, not who you were, not who you are, but who you're becoming. So we want to focus on alignment and ambition, or alignment over ambition, because it's great to be ambitious. I'm an incredibly ambitious human. But if I'm doing something that's not aligned with who I am, I'm going to burn out. I've done this before, you guys. I have had jobs or parts of my career where I've pushed and pushed and pushed, and I was being met with resistance, whether it was from those that were supervising me or even just me, because it wasn't aligning with who I am becoming. It was aligned with the past version of me. So we really need to understand that, like, we can hold pressure we can hold pressure for ourselves, but there's a difference between pressure and stress. Stress is what is going to break things, but pressure, we're meant to feel a little bit of pressure. Birthing humans, so much freaking pressure if you know, you know. Yes, it's putting stress on your body, but from a place of pressure and alignment in creating a human, not stress of, you know, I can't do this, even though in moments we feel that way, right? We can hold the pressure of being a mom, a brand new mom to this human. Let's learn how to hold pressure. Let's learn how to take ownership of the pressure. This isn't about being new year, new me. This is about being new year. Who do I want to be in this alignment this year? How do I want to build something and create this life that's sustainable and nourishing? What are the old rules I no longer want to live by in 2026? So break out of that new year, new me pattern. Hold the pressure for yourself. Lastly, number 3, start with one small action, just one. Big plans typically fail when they start with pretending, right? This arbitrary, I'm going to make $1 million this year, or I'm going to do a workout plan every single day, or I'm going to, whatever, whatever it is. These like crazy, audacious goals that are great, are they realistic? And do they really have aligned intention behind them? So the most magical things happen when we take action backed by massive intention. So pick one thing this week that actually reflects your priorities. For me, the priorities for the next few months are maintaining a really balanced health in my diet, in my workout routine, in my emotional regulation, in being able to be present with my kids, in being able to have this emotional connection with my husband, and being able to be relatable with my clients, because it's all about my health. If I am healthy and regulated emotionally, mentally, and physically, I'm going to be able to show up. So pick one action that's going to help you. My one action is to walk every day for 15 to 20 minutes. It's my one action. And I'm not going to say every day, forever, and always, but every day for the next couple months. And I'm going to start with this week. I'm going to do it this week, every day this week. And then I'm going to see what next week brings. And then I'm going to see what next week brings. Telling the truth is tricky. Telling the truth to yourself is tricky. We try to outsmart ourselves, right? So trying to maintain these big commitments like I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. I'm going to, get toned up this year. These aren't even SMART goals, y'all. These are just like dreams, right? But if it's this, well, I can walk for 20 minutes a day, can walk around my house for 20 minutes, do laps in my house for 20 minutes. That's a truth, right? So having a good conversation with myself, is it realistic, Erin? What if you fail? What's the consequence? It's taking action. Just one tiny action. What can you do? Can you drink a bottle of water a day? Can you write out how you're feeling every day? Can you stretch in your bed? What is it that you can do that's one thing, one tiny action every day that's going to help your health? Physical, mental, emotional, doesn't matter. One small aligned movement, action compounds so fast over time, especially when it's not forced, when it's something that's aligned. It's huge. Everyone wants this big resolution. I just want to feel steady. So let's start 2026 with trusting ourselves without betraying ourselves. Those are the three ways we can do it. Leaning in to protecting your nervous system, holding the pressure, releasing this new year, new me BS, holding the pressure of who you're becoming. It's not going to be easy, but it's simple. Just make small steps. And lastly, one tiny action a day will compound over time. So that's what I got for you guys. That's it. It's just so simple, but it's the hardest thing to do is to own our own BS, to level up, and to have honest conversations with ourselves. Are the things you're doing protecting your nervous system? Or are you doing things that are then betraying you? One small thing a day. One small thing. So that's it. That's what I got for you guys today. And I know that was quick and to the point and slightly spicy, but I really think so many people in my world right now, if we can just take it day by day and say, I'm going to do one thing today to be healthy. If we owned our own way of taking care of ourselves instead of expecting a magic pill, a magic drug, expecting our doctor to figure it out, expecting, anybody and everything else to change to change us, then we're relying on outside force. Let's start with ourselves. Let's lean into taking ownership and let's become our healthiest version of ourselves this year, starting now. All right, guys, till next time, I love you guys. Have the most amazing day wherever you are listening to this. Let's go set the world on fire. Thanks for tuning in to the Alchemy Experience. If this episode lit something up inside you, go ahead and share it with someone who's ready to rise too. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me online on all social media at the Alchemy Experience. Because transformation loves company, and together we all rise. And hey, don't just survive this week. Thrive like you frickin' mean it. Let's go let it up. Talk soon.